All right, so we come back. Today is a Solavia. It's the day when your two roommates are gone for the day. Uh, they are off being embarrassing, as you would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wake up and they have long been gone. After staying the night in the room with Ashan alone. For once, you're Hold on, the cat's going with stuff. For once, by the time you wake up, he's actually not already gone. He's actually still asleep. But I know you also had plans today, so what do you, Motiva, want to do on this day when you are practically on your own devices?
Something that doesn't happen very often for my little Motiver.
Yeah, you're kind of always busy and always around people, you know?
Yeah, I remember in an RP I made Motiva make a joke that I'm constantly surrounded by my guys, so I can never do shit. And it was kind of like, oh, but you also do shit. It's just like, no, my guys, man.
Your guys.
Motiva's gonna take her. I'm assuming she wakes up in the bed with Ashan.
Yeah, you woke up cuddling.
Okay, Motiva's gonna slowly get up.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna go to her stuff. And she's gonna get the cuddly Strixhaven mascot. And she's gonna give Ashan a horse to cuddle.
Oh, first of all, I really like that. Second of all, so I just rolled to see if that would actually wake him up. And as you're extracting yourself from this bed, I imagine this is something that you've just done before. It's not a weird skill to have. And for a minute, it seems like he's almost gonna wake up from you moving, making a sleepy and annoyed sort of like a grunting noise that sounds very similar to how he sounds when he's awake. But you manage to extract yourself, and you go to put your little elemental horse in his arms, and he does hold it.
I take a picture.
I was about to say, I know you're gonna take a picture. You gotta take a picture. You gotta have that forever.
Yeah, Motiva takes a picture and she just kind of smiles at it.
You take a picture of Ashan, sleepy, holding on to your plushie in the early morning light, looking as relaxed as you think you'll ever see him.
No, that's just sad.
What?
Okay,
Okay, fair enough, but like you know how like that's what it's like when you see somebody sleeping though. You see like all of the way they hold themselves like is just down, and it's just how they are when they're completely relaxed. I don't know. I think it's very moe.
No, I think it's moe, but however, it's a moe gap for sure. But damn, I really am never going to see Ashan more relaxed than this. You're right.
Yeah, he's a very stressed out individual. It's very high strung, surprisingly.
Yeah. I was going to say Motiva is going to leave a note, but I don't think she actually has anything to leave a note with.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Well, you have notepads.
I do have a notebook. I have a notebook and a pen. Motiva's gonna take out her pen, and she's gonna take out a paper, and she's gonna click, 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 and then she is going to write down, with a heart beginning the note.
Yeah.
And it says, "You snore in your sleep, heart." Next paragraph. "I'm going out to get milk. Tell the kids I love them. Heart." P.S. You still are not getting a burger tonight. Heart.
Is that all you're writing?
Yeah.
Okay.
She just politely puts that on the table.
All right, you write that note word for word, and you put it on the table, and you leave it for Sean to wake up to.
Yep.
What else are you doing?
What time is it?
I would say that you guys probably stayed up pretty late last night because it was the first time you guys have ever been around during the dark. So that's actually like past. That's like it gets dark at 10 and you guys were under the biblioplex and investigating for a while, so I want to say honestly that like you probably got home minimum at midnight.
Yeah. So it's like
So
probably like 12 or something.
yeah, if you think Motiva only sleeps for like 8 hours, probably 8, but also like on and off, like I feel like you would sleep in later than that.
Yeah, no, I've made it canon that Motiva sleeps in whenever she has an off day, so it's probably like 11.
Yeah.
Motiva's going to go, we don't have to RP this out, but Motiva's probably going to go to the cafe to get a drink and some food. And by drink, I mean water.
Yeah, so you don't have to pay any money. I get that. The free shit.
Yeah, citation, we do not have to RP this out.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that that's something that you can do. And since you don't want to RP anything out, I imagine that you're just probably like kind of just minding your own business, not really doing anything, just getting some grub.
Getting some food.
Something very interesting about the campus on Solavia on the free days is that it's bustling in a different way than it is through the week. I feel like there are places that people hang out at, sure, but like things are very high energy and people are moving around campus a lot. But I think something very interesting whenever you come and get like food at the cafe is that like all of the people who are here are like chillin'. Like they're not people who are like chatting with their friends before class and they're going somewhere else. It's like a lot of people who are like right here right now are like actively hanging out there or like studying or reading and that sort of thing. And that's kind of a cool atmosphere that you don't get to see during the week.
Honestly, good for them.
Yeah.
Strixhaven must be hard on the heart.
Yeah, actually. Wait till you find out about the thesis lounge.
I should roll to figure out who I go to first.
You should, or follow your heart.
My heart says rolled. I don't have this enough of a favorite for this. Okay, evens, Adonkai, odds Nim.
Gotcha.
We're going for even Adonkai. Yeah, we're going for Adonkai.
Okay, awesome. You're gonna go over to Lorehold first. We will slide over there. So you get your fill, you hop skip on over to Lorehold, and it's very easy to find the relic pawn shop. You've been there a couple times before. It's sort of in the main hub of campus and not in sort of the offshoot areas. And you find actually something very fun is that like the times that you've been here, it hasn't been that busy. People will come in and come out, sure. But since it's a free day, there's actually a lot of people who are like casually looking at things, people waiting to get things appraised. When you come in, somebody is actually actively haggling with a Don Kai at the counter.
No, I'd love to watch that.
Yeah, you can go up and watch it, and it's really lively. It doesn't look like there's any like hard feelings yet, but it is like a very like high energy activity, and you get the feeling from how people are acting in the shop that this is a normal occurrence on Lorehold. What are you doing while you wait for a time?
That's adorable. Yeah. I think. God, is it creepy to say Motiva would just kind of watch this like a sport?
No, not at all.
Yeah, Motiva's just gonna watch them haggle like it's a sport.
Yeah, so as they're haggling, you can see it's over a specific grouping of items. It's mostly pottery and pottery shards, but some of it is intact, and some of it is sort of like recreated. You know, like how archaeologists will like kind of like glue things back together, but they won't fill in the cracks, that sort of thing.
Mm.
And and they're haggling specifically on how much to like sell it for. Because as you've sort of picked up and as you're picking up now, this is where people go to sell their finds that the school doesn't want to keep and that they don't want to keep. So you can tell that like Adon Kai is very interested in the item and doesn't mind buying it from them, but like the student like really wants a better price because of like, oh, it was this far down and I had to do XYZ, and like, look, I already like made it display worthy, blah 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 blah, you know, that sort of thing. So it's a very like back and forth. And it's really funny because like there are times when you think it could be aggressive, but you think it's just because everybody here is extremely passionate about what they're doing and what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so you watch, and eventually they kind of come to this agreement where it's technically not as much as like the student was hoping, but it's finally enough that they like accept, and they leave it with the Donkai as he goes to start shuffling through them. And there's kind of like a second before another person comes up, but you can kind of tell that there are people waiting in the wings, almost jumping at a chance to talk to him right now.
This is really cute.
Thanks! I think Adonkai is actually really popular on his campus. You just always come around whenever it's empty because nobody's doing digs.
Yeah. Oh god, when would Motiva jump in? I don't feel like she'd want to jump in and ruin somebody's time to get fucking money.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think to entirely decide on like how long you're willing to wait or how many people you're willing to let go ahead of you before you have a chance to kind of talk to him.
I think Motiva... Okay, tell me if you think this is a cop-out. I feel like Motiva's so used to like stuff going really fast, so I feel like she'd actually be willing to wait for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I know. I think that that's really fair, especially because, like, I mean, you come from the land of lines, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this wouldn't be anything more ridiculous than, like, waiting in line at, like, student resources or, like, waiting in line at, like, the Wendy's or, like, the Verizon store. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I imagine Motiva just kind of, like, finds a place to park and is just kind of watching. I feel like she like wants to get an idea how often a Donkai wins, quote unquote.
That's really cute. Yeah. So I think that you definitely sit here for like a good amount of time. Like I said, this is kind of like a highlight in the shop. So you wait about 15 or so minutes, which is like kind of long, but not too disagreeable, especially once you start getting into the understanding what's being said and you start kind of like keeping a tally. And something that you learn from a Donkai is that a Donkai is a very steady and very... Stern is incorrect, but a Donkai is definitely not one that backs down, especially from like his own opinion, whether it's professional or personal. And so even whenever other like students get really high energy or frustrated or even aggressive, like a Donkai isn't, which I think helps smooth over these talks. But also he's like casual enough to like straight up say that like a claim is bullshit, you know? Which I think is really fun. I think that you get the idea that he is really in his element, and he definitely wins more often than students do. And that's not saying he isn't willing to compromise, but he also very much is not letting people walk over him as like a nice faculty member, you know?
I like that.
Yeah, he like gives a little here, gives a little there, but like he's not gonna let somebody be like, I want this because I think it's worth a lot of money. And he's gonna be like, no, you just want it to be worth a lot of money. You know?
Yeah.
And I think about halfway through these 15 minutes, something really fun is that since you're kind of parked like against a counter or like against a wall, I like the idea that every once in a while he like looks around to make sure like nobody's doing any funny business, and he probably catches your eye. And he kind of perks up and gives like a nod of the head to you before turning back to what he's doing, and I think that's fun.
Oh, that's cute. Ah, he's cute.
He's really cute. I think he'd even throw in a wink over at you because you guys have had a date before. Why wouldn't he be flirty with you? Yeah.
Where's that one fucking TikTok noise? It's just like ee 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 ee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Motiva internally kicking her legs on her bed.
yeah, that's literally it. Motiva internally kicking her legs on her bed and like screaming into a pillow, and Motiva outside.
Yeah.
Finance.
I think it's very cute. But yeah, then about 15 minutes passes by, and you finally have like a longer pause to kind of jump in before the students kind of milling about who like look like they might want to like buy something. You kind of swoop in to get his attention. What's your opener? Tell me what you're doing.
Uh, oh, that is a good question. What is my opener?
What is your opener?
Motiva goes up to the counter and she rests her elbows on it and she crosses her fingers. She says, "You're a busy man, huh?"
Oh, always.
Wow. Isn't that a shame? Wouldn't it just be so funny if I offered to help?
You see him kind of raise an eyebrow, and he says,
For free.
"A volunteer?"
A volunteer.
You see him kind of give like this smile, and it shows his dimples a little bit as he leans forward on the counter on his elbows, and he says, "And how would a first year wanna help me?"
Well, I don't know. You're talking to somebody who actually managed a store. How could I help you?
You did.
Yeah, I had 2 whole jobs whenever I was back home, not including being a sister.
I can definitely imagine that that's a bit of a handful.
Oh yeah, it's a whole career path.
I want you to roll me a persuasion, and you get advantage on it.
Yeah, I do. He wants to suck my dick so bad.
Yeah, you do.
Persuasion. Ooh, ooh. Ah,
Yeah.
ah, ah.
What'd you get?
I got a 9. The other one was a 6. Hello?
You didn't roll your d20 to see how good the game was gonna be. You cursed yourself.
This really, can I roll my d20 to save myself from the future?
Yeah, go ahead and roll your d20.
Okay, I got a 9. Of course it was a 19. Damn it.
It's okay. I hold your hand. It's okay. He wants to suck your dick so bad. It's not gonna be that negative. Uh, I definitely think that he like sees you raise this idea, and you're talking about sort of like your experience and stuff like that, and he looks how do I describe this? He's like smiling at you in a way that feels almost too fond for the fact that you guys are in a crowded store. And he says, "Well, I if you're coming to me in good faith, it would be rude to say no. We are one of the most popular places on Lorehold, as you can get a glance, and you guys kind of look around and you see that there's already kind of like people doing the same thing that you were doing, kind of like waiting around for a turn. And you see he kind of like looks around a bit and he says, something easy. Could always use some help with inventory."
I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
He gives a bright smile and he says, "And don't worry, you don't need to know nearly as much stuff about the items just to do inventory. We do label them."
I would hope so.
And he gestures for you to hop over the counter because there's no like walk around, which is I think very fun.
She hop. Bunny hop.
Yeah, I imagine you have to do that thing where like you hop, put your butt on the counter, throw your legs over, slide off situation. Very cute. Um, and you see Adon Kai call out to the people waiting, and he says, 15-minute snack break, we'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear like a chorus of like groans, but like nobody's like mad. You feel like this is like a common occurrence that like Adon Kai can just like call his own breaks because of how busy it can be.
That's fun though.
Yeah, and so he brings you over to the back, and if you thought managing like a mall Hot Topic and its storeroom was bad, this is a mess. It's like controlled chaos in here. Of like boxes and shelves. It smells entirely of dust. You like walk in and you have to like hold back a sneeze. And he is going to show you some stuff. So this is whenever I'm going to stop doing direct RP, and I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about what kind of things Adon Kai would want you to volunteer for. I think the first thing he would want to see you do is like inventory. I think he would want to give you something easy. Not because he doesn't think you can't do anything, but because you are like a first year. I feel like there is like a hierarchy of trust based on like how big of jobs that he would give to people.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's a faculty member. He can't like just be like, yeah, do all of my work for me. I don't care if you fuck up. You know what I mean? So, he kind of walks you through how inventory looks and how they catalog what goes out on the floor and what is stored. He also shows you where to put things that he just keeps from the inventory, because since this is like a pawn shop, like this is just where people sell things they don't want. So things that he thinks people would like, he puts on display for people to buy. And then if there's items that he just wants, he gets to just have them.
Oh my god.
And he has like a storage closet in the back that's just like his stuff that's not in his dorm room. Not dorm room, his living on campus. So I would love to hear Motiva's thoughts on all this, because I think it's extremely funny how official yet unofficial he is.
Honestly, I think Motiva... So I know that not everybody universally believes this, but I love organizing, and I think that that's a pretty normal thing for people with ADHD and autism to like.
Yes, I agree. I obviously think it has to be interesting enough, but like minutiae is what we run on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Motiva would see it and she would like hold her hands together and she would look a controlled amount of excitement. Like this is a challenge.
Yeah, you get to do your silly little tasks.
Like silly little tasks for a silly little lady.
I think Adon Kai would be amused at the idea that you're excited, but be thankful. I feel like Adon Kai was like... I feel like a lot of lore holds wouldn't like inventory. You know what I mean? So I like the idea that like Adon Kai is relieved and happy that you seem interested in this job that he has given you.
Yeah, Motiva would definitely talk about how being a manager in her home is only minutiae. And he would not survive a day.
Hey, I do the bare minimum to keep this place running. I assure you.
I am sure because I can tell.
I love that. I'm going to talk a little bit about how this is going to work in an official sense, so I can like come back and this is like on record for how this is going to work. So basically, since you're volunteering, you're going to be doing basically inventory anytime you can come in. It's not like it has to be done at a certain time at any particular time, because again, this isn't an official store. So you can just tell me when you're choosing to use time to sort of put towards your... I'm probably going to give it like a number, something like your rank or your XP for like working at these shops. And the more you do it and the higher your finger quotes rank would be, is the more intensive or cool stuff you get to do. And some of the stuff eventually would have things like rewards, or you might be somebody that they would like go out of their way to ask you to do a job that's paid. You know what I mean? Like they could be like, hey, you do really good on this. Do you think you can do this job for me? I'll actually pay you for this one.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah, and then I also think that like obviously I think stuff like this would net you points. I think that it would net you affection because that's cool of you to come and help them with their work when obviously these people's works are important to them. I think it's very neat.
Delight.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause really quick because I have to use the bathroom. Okay, and we're back. What else would you like to do? Is there any since your things will probably be really fast because this is already only at like a 25-minute recording. In these moments when you're doing stuff, you can tell me things that you're doing in particular. If you're asking questions of like these particular teacher's aides, so since you're talking to a Donkai, you can ask me questions about a Donkai, and he will answer most truthfully, depending on the question.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I mean,
No,
you
don't.
asked him if
I was just gonna be a pervert.
I mean, you asked if he was single, and he was like, "Yeah, but I am fucking another teacher's aide, so I don't know." He's pretty open because he thinks you might fuck.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. We love a confident trans king.
We love a confident trans king. But yeah, basically, if you want to have any other conversations with the Donkai or questions, feel free to tell me if you're doing anything before you go to the next person.
I will say, I think Motiva is going to spend a decent amount of time actually in the back, like with a fucking notebook, and she's like trying to think of like a Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, I think that that's really fun. So the way that things are kind of labeled in here is kind of like really, really basic. Because the Donkai knows the information about these things anyways, so like they're only really basically labeled. So it would be like vases and glasses and also boxes would all be under containers. And then
Oh my god.
they're also like labeled by the time period they're from or like where they were found on campus. So like they're labeled to him, not to you.
They're supposed to be labeled for the people, Adonkai. For the people! Bonk.
His immediate defense would be most people on Lorehold campus would know what's up with these.
Okay. But if somebody comes running in here from another campus and doesn't know what the fuck blood age container means,
well,
and they need the specific vase that's in pieces in a little baggie and it has a little elephant on it, what are they gonna do then?
he gives you he is going to give you a pat on the back and say, "Well, that's what you're here for, isn't it?" And kind of gives you like a grin.
Oh, I'm cute. She's just writing, and she's just like, "This is what you're here for," and yeah, this might be why I'm here for. But dang, you are gonna lose so much stuff without me.
I'm so sorry. Go say that again for me. I had to answer a thing in chat. Dara was freaking out. Sorry, what did you say?
Motiva's just like, that's what you're here for. Yeah, and if I wasn't here, somebody could have lost, she looks to like whatever label is there. 1009 container, late blood age. Interesting.
As you're kind of doing that, he kind of just has his arms crossed, but again, he's kind of just looking at you with like this crooked smile, just listening.
Are you making fun of me? Making
No,
fun
no.
of me, pretty boy?
No, I was going to say uh, that you look very cute when you're incensed. And you remind me of someone.
She thinks for a second and she says, well, you shouldn't tell a girl she's cute when she's mad, even if you're right. And who's that someone?
He kind of shrugs his shoulder and says, well, if you want someone who actually has a more refined and put together cataloging system, then you should consider volunteering over at the Witches Clinic. Maybe you'll get more of what you're looking for over there.
Oh, you're a silly man. Motiva stands up, and she says, I'm volunteering for every teacher's aide.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of have too many thoughts in my brain, and I kind of want them out.
Honestly, I get it.
Thanks.
Considering how much stop and go schooling is, I always felt like in times when it wasn't so busy I couldn't think straight. It was too slow, I couldn't think straight.
I don't think you ever think straight.
Fuck! I feel like Adon Kai is just gonna be like, and I thought I hit it so well.
The braids, honey.
What's wrong with my braids?
They just kind of make you look like a fruit.
Fuck. I just thought of the dumbest joke, and he's not gonna make it, but I thought of it, and it's so funny.
Yeah, what's up?
He's a stone fruit.
I knew it. I wanted to say that, but I couldn't make Motiva say that.
He's a stone fruit.
He's a stone fruit.
A little apricot.
Yee.
Anyways, you perform a microaggression on the teacher you're flirting with.
Well, actually, Motiva. No, Motiva can't say that. That's too embarrassing.
I want to know what it is, even if you don't say it.
I was going to make Motiva say, you could be my little peach if you'd like.
That's gay.
It's a little bit queer.
It's a little bit queer. Oh my god, should I make it done? Can I do that? Are we far enough along for that? Hold on, I have to check some hearts.
God.
The heart chat. No, I can't. I can't yet. I'm sorry.
It's
okay. For later.
For later. Winky face. Anyway. What were we doing?
We were being flirty, but whenever you're ready, we can go on to the next area, or if you have any things you want to say or ask Adon Kai, he is around.
I don't think so. Motiva would also actually bring up that she could do deliveries for him if he needed, and she'd bust out her fucking skates.
I'm sure you would be very fast, but unfortunately that's not really a thing we need to do particularly often.
I just like an excuse to use my skates. That's okay.
I mean, you can always just do inventory on your skates if you feel like you're agile enough.
I'm smooth like butter.
I'm sure you are.
Okay. I like to imagine Motiva like bent over, like putting on her skates, ready to go, and then he says that, and she just fucking looks up, and she just gives like the incredulous stare.
What? Is that not what we're doing?
No, it's just a little bit funny. I don't think you know what that. I don't think you know what that means where I'm from. And Motiva gives a little wink. A citation for Panini. She's lying. She's trying to exaggerate the truth.
No, that's fair. I think that he would be confused. Hold on. I'm trying to think of exactly what his response would be, because I think he would be very confused the minute you say that. How do I word what I was getting at? For the sake of clarity, I was making an innuendo.
Mm-hmm. You want to tell me more about that innuendo? Exactly what you mean, how it goes. Give
I
me a
don't think I have to tell
play-by-play.
you much of anything about that, do I?
No. You aren't gonna get embarrassed, are you? Come on, tell me about it.
Oh no, you're a big girl. I think you know I think you know how that goes.
Motiva just stands at her full fucking height. I am a big girl, aren't I? Maybe you like that.
I do. Is this not what we're doing? Is this not flirty banter?
Her hands are just cupping your cheeks, and she says, "Wow, you make me feel like a girl again." I really am living the college years again, huh?
You know what they say. Me as Panini, I don't know where I was gonna lead that into.
I like to imagine he just ends it there.
Yeah, he just ends it there.
Yeah, Motiva just kind of smiles and says, "You're the one in the philosophy college. You'll have to tell me what they say."
Oh, you know, something about school and youth and romance. Old proverb this. You know.
Staring at ass that. Yes, I understand.
I'm glad you know.
Motiva's gonna put up her hair and she's gonna say, "You're gonna hear more from me." And Motiva's probably, I don't have this settled yet, so I hold up again. But Motiva's probably going to be telling Adonkai how long she'll be volunteering generally, and like between what days.
You can. I don't want it to be a set time every week. I would rather you guys just tell me when you. I would rather you just tell me when you do it.
Yeah, but I mean like generally when and how she'll do it. Like this is me just knowing that Motiva would have said something, and then she's going to leave for Wither Bloom.
Okay. I definitely do think that Adonkai would just wave a hand and say to just show up whenever you have time.
She'll wink and say, "Always got time for you," and then she leaves.
And you leave.
Vroom vroom. Nim time.
It's Nim time. So you go on over to Wizard Bloom. And you skate over, but I will tell you, it is very hard to skate in Witherbloom. So I like the idea that you have had to start walking in your skates or just had to take them off.
Yeah, I imagine Motiva like gets past like the front gate and she's just like, no.
Not on these
She-
planks.
yeah, Motiva like gets past the entrance and it's just like, that mud will not agree.
It's true. But you hop on over to Witherbloom and you go to your friendly little witch's clinic. And something interesting happened. You show up, and because it is a free day, once again, these sort of areas that you see being pretty empty at the beginning of the school year and during class days and times when people would find more exciting things to be at, you actually show up and you see that there is actually a gaggle of students in here, sort of chit-chatting with Nim behind the counter as they sort of prepare a sort of like box for them.
Oh.
If you want any more information, you would probably have to like try to listen to what they're chit-chatting about or try to peek into the box. If you want to do a roll and then like a stealth, feel free.
Let me look at my stuff real quick.
Yeah, look at your points. Look at your numbers.
I don't think Nim would appreciate me fucking oh my god, you got Monsters of the Multiverse?
Yeah, I did.
I don't think Nim would appreciate me violating HIPAA.
You don't know if HIPAA exists here.
It would probably be like an investigation and stealth, right? Or would it be perception and stealth?
I think it would have to be an investigation because I would say that you're like trying to piece together what's being said and what you're seeing and what Nim's doing. Like you're trying to piece together what it is by like looking at different sources. So investigation would be good.
Okay, I'll do an investigation and stealth roll.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, for the investigation, I got 16.
Okay.
And for the stealth, I got 16. Hell yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So give me 1 second because I didn't actually pick who was here. I need to do that really quick. Okay, delicious. I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to describe some of the people you see in this room as you're sort of looking around. So you see 3 people in here, right? You see... You see 2, it looks to be students that are a bit older than you. And then 1 person that you would expect is a teacher. And you see the teacher sort of has this sort of dark curly hair kind of swept back, pushed back with a little bit of gel. And these sort of like very smartly cut, like silver quilled colored robes with the sleeves rolled up, and you see a lot of tattoos on their forearms. You see a female student who is wearing silver quill colors. Has this sort of long, straight, like curtain of jet black hair, and these sort of like black markings on her face. And then you see another student wearing sort of really fashion-forward clothes in these sort of bright colors. So you read Prismari. And you can tell that they sort of have peaks of tattoos as well. And has sort of like a blonde shag haircut. That's the best way I would describe it. And as you look over them, and you see them sort of chit-chatting. You catch every once in a while one of them will say something, and then the other two will like smile or laugh. And you can see that the box has bottles in it, and as you're sort of like piecing this all together, you realize very suddenly, oh, I think they're vampires. I think these are the Union. Because you know that the Union works very closely with Nim.
Yes.
So you think it's a little vampire care package, which I think is cute.
That is really cute. The fuck?
Yeah.
Motiva like hiding a smile.
Yeah. None of them really pay you too much attention because they're kind of like chit-chatting. And Nim is also having this sort of rapport with them. You get the implication that they actually get along really well with, if not the whole Union, then at least these members of the Union. And it's really sweet because it's very not cut and dry, and you can really see. You've also felt this in how you interact with Nim, but Nim is very personable. In a way that is kind of surprising considering they're not outwardly like smiley and nice and really sweet or anything like that. But like you can tell, even though they have sort of this like regal stoic mannerisms to them, they care a lot about people who come to their clinic. And they seem very invested in these relationships, and you felt that in your own relationship with them.
That's I love my blurbos.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Do you think you do anything, or do you kind of just wait until they leave?
Motiva would want to wait because this is really important to Nim.
Yeah. You sort of wait around and you watch them sort of put this thing together, and you see as Nim kind of puts together this box of bottles packed very delicately with moss and cloth between them, and sort of closes the top, gives it a little thump so that it is secure, and hands it off to the what you must assume is a faculty member because of how much older they look compared to the other two students. And they all thank Nim and go on their way, and all three of the people leaving sort of like notice you as they leave and kind of give you a smile. To varying degrees, the teacher kind of gives like a very muted like smile and a nod. And then the two students kind of give you bigger like grins. And
Motiva gives a peace sign and a smile.
The blonde one gives sort of a mock bow right before they leave out the door. And they are gone. And Nim goes to greet you since you're now the only person in their lobby, and they say, well, hello there.
Hello there. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. That felt important.
They sort of give an incline of their head and say, it was. I was helping set up a care package for the union. As I said, they get a certain stipend for free.
Yeah, I caught that a little bit. Oh, you must be a very busy person, huh?
It's not too busy. Thankfully, the campus is not quite rambunctious enough to really keep me working all the time, but it's nice whenever it gets a bit lively, don't you think?
Do you think that I want to mention that pause is actually Motiva like looking like she has like a loading screen on her head, and she's I'm done trying to be suave and smooth about this. Hey, how would I go about volunteering for the witches clinic?
Volunteering.
Yes.
Well, do you have medical experience?
No.
You see, they kind of give a small huff, of amusement, and they say, well, unfortunately, that would cut down the kind of things you could do here for legal reasons.
I hope so.
Unlike some of the other faculties, amenities on campus, this one is a very official one. We have a good number of regulations set in place, and they're gonna kind of give you like a stare down.
She does a little pose.
They look like they're looking into your soul a little bit and say, I could give you some things to run for me.
I'm very good at that. I'm very fast, and I have my skates with me, so I'll be even faster.
I literally thought that Nim's first response would just be kind of a quirk of the lips and to say, I'm sure you are, which is an exact mirror of something Adonkai literally just said to you, which is really funny.
Ah! I hate these old bitches!
Yeah, they're old and they're kind of married.
Old married bitches, and I want to be their third! Anyway. Motiva would smile and say, I have my skates. I am known to be a little bit faster than most. I can also just not be bothered by people. So, I can do that.
They go to lean up from their counter and say, well, those certainly are some good skills to have access to. And you see they go to start shuffling through some of the things on their desk right behind the counter, and they pick up a couple things. But the first thing they hand you is actually a sealed piece of parchment with a wax seal on it. And they are going to say... Find who to send this to. Give me a second. They are going to hand you that piece of parchment and say, I'll need this delivered to Tavash. He is a professor here on Witherbloom.
1 second.
Yeah.
Nope, got nothing. Motiva would say, and could you tell me where Tavash would be?
He has a room in Widdershan's Hall. It's fairly easy to find the faculty section.
Okay.
He should have a plaque on his door unless he's trying to avoid students, but if you open any doors, I'm sure you can get out of any trouble by just saying that I'm telling you to send an urgent missive about a surgery to Professor Tavash.
Okay.
And then I think that they're gonna kind of just putter around their clinic. Like, it's very interesting because this is kind of a little bit different than it with a Don Kai, because like a Don Kai was like, sure, like do my inventory, let's see how you do. Nim is like actively trying to find things that they feel like they can trust a student with, in a way that's condescending but sweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love
Nim. Nim is like hunting for the you can't possibly fuck this up jobs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Motiva.
Sorry, go ahead.
Motiva would be patient with it.
I'm glad you understand. This is a medical facility. So it's like things like that letter about that surgery. There's like this like box of dried herbs that goes to another student. Most of the students are still on Witherbloom. And if it's like a student, Nim just sends you straight to their dorm cabin, which I think is very useful. And then I also think that before you leave, Nim kind of says, kind of with again another twitch of their lips, that they do always accept blood donations, and that's a wonderful way to help out your local clinic.
I thought you were going to ask me to clean the floors.
Are you wanting to clean the floors?
I mean, I'm asking to volunteer, and I'm willing to do jobs to help you.
I suppose, but I feel like there are more important things to be dealt with than the dust on the floor.
Oh, pause the recording.
Okay. Okay, we're back, and then we were stopped on the line that Nim said that there was more important things to be done than dealing with the dust on the floor.
Like putting holes in me?
I would never put a hole in you that you don't want.
We are both very funny.
We are both extremely funny, and I enjoy your time. I think something really fun about this interaction, actually, is that I think that Nim, after giving you these jobs, I don't want to say pushes you out, but I think that Nim would like shoo you off to do them before continuing to talk about work, which I think is very funny.
Yeah, Motiva would do it too. She'd do it pretty quick.
Yeah, she'd do it pretty quick and come back and be like, "You got anything else, boss?" And then Nim hands you another thing and you go off and you're like, "I'm back."
Yeah. Yeah, Motiva keeps going back and forth.
I think it's really sweet, honestly. I will say something that I think is really fun, and this makes me think about how much Nim is a fucking grandpa in their heart. I think after you do a couple runs, Nim would literally offer you that same sort of like sugary flour they gave you when you gave blood that one time as a treat.
Motiva would have a little
It feels very much like whenever an old person gives you a Werther's Original for being good.
Yep.
And this is the section where if you want to talk to Nim about anything, ask Nim any questions, that sort of thing. That's what section this is.
I'm pretty sure Motiva gave Nim the dried jar, right? Like, of time? No, Motiva wanted to give flowers to Nim.
Yeah, you wanted to give the flowers to Nim, and then the jar of time, I think, was going to go to, like, one of the earthy kids on your floor, like River, Fletcher, or something, right?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Can I pick a flower?
No, you have... I think there were specific flowers that I picked. For
One
that.
second.
Fuck. Okay, I'm going to pause while I figure it out. Okay, we're back.
I found it.
Okay, delicious.
I think the URL got moved. I'll send it to you again.
Okay, cool.
Round and round and round we go.
Oh yeah, I think this is a new website. I think they moved to a new website. There we go. Lily of the Valley was one. I know that was one that was in there, and Bluebell was going to be in there. And then daisies and water lilies and mint. Oh, and St. John's Wort. How cute. Yeah, any of these, you can pick any of these flower petals to give them. But you had a bunch of different ones, so obviously if you just give one particular kind of flower, you would have had to like pick it out of the jar, and it would be less than a full jar, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, cornflowers are on here. That's cute.
Okay. I'm going to God, I really want to say the clover. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do St. John's Wort. It's gonna be St. John's Wort.
Okay.
Can I say Motiva will actually at the end of all of her stuff gives Nim the jar of St. John's Wort.
Yeah, so like I said, it would be probably a smaller jar, but I definitely think that you can have enough to give them. And I think, let me see. I'm gonna do some research for Nim really quick. Okay, yeah. I definitely think that Nim would be very interested to be given like a gift like that. Like I legitimately think that Nim would find it really thoughtful and would say that because like as you know, actually you might not know this actually. Nim works at the witches clinic because of their medical knowledge, but they didn't actually their focus isn't technically medicine, they're an herbalist. And so Nim would tell you that like it would be really nice to be given a plant that's not readily accessible here, like not only for their work but just in general for them to use in their hobby, in their work.
Motiva would look perked at that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say also that I think that Nim would actually make a comment, kind of like looking at the petals through the jar and saying like, "Oh, I haven't seen, you know, or used this plant since like my shop back home."
You had a shop elsewhere?
I did actually. I ran an herbalism and alchemist shop before I came to study.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you. I had a very strong rapport with my customers, but I was self-taught, so I wanted to come and learn officially. I'm not getting any younger, you know?
Can I can I ask how old you actually are?
Do you not think that's rude?
Well, Phelan seemed to like the question, but she's also a reincarnation, so I don't know how anything can apply to her anymore.
Don't worry, I don't find it rude at all. 1 second. No, I didn't.
Hell yeah.
I didn't write it down. I have to find it in the PDF. Give me a second.
Does a Daisy Duke. I also like to imagine St. John's Wort isn't the note on the jar, it's the Finnish name.
Oh, I like that a lot. I think I like that a lot, but I do think that Nim would recognize it as St. John's Wort and would know different things to use it for than Finnish.
Oh yeah, no,
cute.
I 100% agree. I just think that it's fun to think that like Motiva's house obviously wouldn't write the English name for stuff on their things.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's very cool. Okay, come here, Nim. Nim, come here. I need your age. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me look at something really quick. Okay, awesome. Nim's gonna look at you with sort of this serene expression and say, I'll be 315 this year.
Can I say that? Can Motiva say that? Oh
Say what?
no. I was thinking about how Motiva should say, like, are you a cradle robber?
Are you going to?
No! But it is very funny, so I want you to know that I would think it. Motiva looks and says, actually, you're technically younger than Phelan.
Am I?
Yeah, though that is keeping into account her previous life.
Oh wait, no, I think that's actually incorrect. I think Flynn is only like 260 total.
But like with her other life.
No, I'm including the other life. Flynn's
Sarah's
elf
online.
No, Sarah's like elf body is only like 120.
Oh my god, that is an old ass tiefling.
Yeah, like no, yeah. Zavine died of old age, like a full life.
Okay, sorry. Motiva. God, I said that.
I'll look it up just hold on. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's 263 total.
Mm-hmm. Motiva would probably go a bit wide-eyed actually and say, well, does that mean that you had that old shop for a decent amount of time?
Yes and no. I want to say at least. Oh gosh, it might have been close to a century, maybe. You have to understand that that's not technically that long for elves. I would compare it to a decade or so in how it feels. But for a while, I didn't have it. I was solidly an adult before I opened that shop.
Oh my god, humans are living on dog years to you.
We definitely have. It's an interesting difference because elves tend to have more time, but we tend to squander it away. We have a lot of time to learn things, but we take a lot of time to do them, hence how I finally went to college when I'm finally hitting middle age.
Oh, you're fine. You're doing great for middle-aged.
Thank you.
Also, I will say, I don't think it's a bad thing to spend a lot of time doing something you enjoy, especially if you spent a long time in that village. It seems like you had a good time.
I did. I would be lying if I said I didn't miss it. I would like to go back and see some of my old patients and their families. but they can manage without me for a couple years, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure that they'll be fine.
I
And you'll
truly
be
was
fine.
stumbling my way through my work before I went to school.
No, I don't. Motiva like motions to like how organized things are. It's just no, I don't. I don't think that's right, honestly. But I won't keep you for forever. But I do plan on making this a regular thing. If that's okay.
I think that Nim is going to kind of look at you. I think Nim is going to look at you and say, how do I say this? I think Nim would say, well, I'll certainly be thankful of any help that you want to give. And your company, of course.
It's half the reason I'm here. Now, it may come as a surprise to you, but I sometimes don't like being around people who are so energetic and being around people closer to my mental age.
I didn't know that your mental age was close to the 300s.
More like a grandma, but
You truly are an old soul. Is that not what you wanted me to say?
considering I'm carrying around essential oils and can make little witches' ladders, yeah, I can't exactly argue with you, so. This is so fucking. Ah, ah.
Every time Motiva interacts with Nim and Adonkai, I'm like, this is gay behavior.
This is homosexual behavior. They clicked so good, and it's too good. And I'm just like, I love this fucking tune.
I like how Motiva's turning out to be like a DILF hunter.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people, like hundreds of like students, and you were like, no, I want the steady older folks to take care of me.
I
I'm
want
also
them
the
old.
grandmother.
I'm also the granny. Oh my god. Motiva. Motiva actually will pipe up and say, did Adonkai tell you about the jam I gave him?
Actually, remind me again. You gave Adonkai a jam?
Yes, I gave Adonkai an apple jam.
Oh my god, did I put that on the points? I don't know if I did. Give me a second.
It was during the one thing.
What one thing?
The episode where we were like speed running.
Oh, speed running. Okay, actually, I need to
I
add
gave
that.
Cataris some spicy pickles and gave Adonkai some apple jam.
Okay, I didn't add those to your points. I'm adding them right now.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about those. Oh my god,
No.
hey, your hearts would change. Hold on. This is fun. Okay. give me a second.
Does the Forever 21 dance.
Okay, you're at 3 hearts with Cad now.
That's hot.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I can give right now because I'm gonna do the points for this session after we're done recording it. Okay. So, I do think, I think Nim would kind of, their lip would kind of twitch up a little bit, and say, I did hear about it, actually. You've been very forthcoming with gifts lately.
Well, as I told you, one of my roommates would be more than happy to see them go. He definitely would not appreciate the mason jars piling our room.
Well, I, for one, I'm quite a fan at keeping mason jars full of items. So, I can tell you that I appreciate the gift. And I can also tell you that I know Adon Kai appreciated the gift. He's a bit of a hoarder, if you haven't noticed.
I visited his shop, and whenever I criticized his inventory, he told me that it reminded him of you, and I just had to think, I don't know about that. It was very dusty and a bit unorganized. Very much person organized and not people organized.
Oh, I know. I'm not allowed to step foot in the relic pawn shop anymore.
Do you scold him?
I do. I've only had to step in there one time, but I know what it looks like.
What if I told you it looks worse now, possibly than you could ever imagine?
Oh, I can believe it, considering, as I said, I'm not allowed in there anymore. I'm sure that if he, doesn't let me near it, it has to be bad enough to where he knows that he's wrong.
See, now you want me to compare you to a grandparent. Only a grandparent would just say, I know that they're just doing it wrong.
But I'm correct and you know it.
I'm definitely not arguing with you.
Smart girl.
Motiva kicking her legs in her dream mind palace.
I love being flirty in mini sessions.
Motiva would nod and say, thank you. I like to think I'm very smart, and in fact, you should give me 10 cups of nightshade to handle very politely and not drop into people's houses. I am not threatening at all. Huh?
Do you want nightshade?
You're supposed to tell me no. So, no, I don't need nightshade. I am, however, going to ask to take up on... Oh, what were you going to say?
Oh fuck, no, it's okay. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay. Oh shit, what the fuck are they called? What the fuck? What the fuck? Fiddleheads?
What about fiddleheads?
Do you think you could tell me where to find them?
Oh, yes.
Now that it's not dark.
Yeah, actually. Nim could tell you how to find some fiddleheads. I think Nim could actually, like, scribble down, like, a rudimentary, like, map of the area. Which, like, I say rudimentary, the actual map would be very crisp and clean and clear, but the thing is that it's obviously a fucking swamp, so...
Mm-hmm.
You know, things move around. But as they go to like fold it to hand it to you, actually, I think that they also slip you a packet of some dried fiddled heads.
You didn't have to do this.
I don't have to do a lot of things.
But I thought you were the serious and attending Dr. Nim, who is so kind with favors.
I am very kind with favors, hence fiddleheads. If you want me to be less giving and more discerning, that's something I can oblige.
I think that I like gifts of conversation and company more. But I will not say no to the fiddleheads because I have been craving them.
I figured that's why you wanted some. And I'll remember that next time you want something from me so dearly that you would rather not have gifts from me.
The greatest gift is companionship. Motiva just pops a fucking fiddlehead. He's just smiling looking. You can't sass me now, elfie bitch.
I like Nimtiva a normal amount.
Motiva just looking at Nim after saying that, like, are you gonna tell me I'm wrong?
I like that. That was your comeback, because I was literally about to like say that whenever Nim was like, "Oh, I can be more discerning with my gifts and my time if you want," but like Nim is like giving you the most like a hooded-eyed look ever. Bedroom eyes even.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. No, hold my hand, hold my hand, hold my hand, hold my hand.
I'm holding your hand.
Motiva's going to look to Nim and she's going to eat another fiddlehead and she's gonna say, are you flirting with me?
Do you want me to be?
It would be fun.
Then yes. This is recorded. This is canon. This is real.
This is canon. This is canon. I can't take this back. I'm making pterodactyl noises. Motiva, I don't even know what the fuck you said. Awooga.
Awooga.
I
I like the idea that this is also how Motiva is reacting. Motiva is just fucking error screen noises, blue screen of death in brain.
Motiva mid-chew of a fiddlehead and they say that and she just fucking crunch.
I like the idea that there's like this like heavy silence between both of them, as like Nim knows exactly what they just said and looks very pleased by it, and Motiva is obviously having like a reaction. And like obviously if you think Motiva would say something, then that's one thing, but I like the idea of like this tense silence, this silence filled with like romantic and even sexual tension, like pauses for like a long time. And like Nim just like lowly going to say, if you want to find those fiddleheads before dark, you should run along now, Motiva.
I don't think you're very nice anymore. Thank you for the
said you didn't want me
fiddlehead.
to be nice anymore.
I don't know if I would call you nice, but I would call you kind.
Hey, you stole that from me.
I did steal that from you.
That's gay. Oh, I'm gay. I think that Nim would just tip their head, and I like the idea of Nim actually bidding you goodbye and saying that they, I think they would just say something like they're waiting the next time you stop by.
Nice.
This shit's gay.
I think I have time for like one more visit.
You're actually only at like an hour and a half, so you probably could do the other 3 really quickly, but I do want to take a little break because we're at about the halfway point for the 3 hours.
Yar.
I'm gonna get like a snack and like pee and some more water. Alright, we're back, and you said that you're gonna go try to find a spile?
Yes.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, you go and you try to swing over by the community co-op. And he actually isn't there. I think I've kind of discussed this, but the 3 teacher's aides that have like a set place that they work are really only Nim, Adonkai, and Cinder. And the other 2 kind of do other things. Like Espile working at the community co-op is because no one else could be there type of situation. It's like a community thing. But if you want to look around for him, then you definitely can.
Yeah, Motiva's probably literally just gonna go up to somebody and ask where his file is.
Yeah, so you go to ask that, and I actually think that you would be given directions because they would tell you that if he's not teaching or at the co-op, then he is probably with his research team. So you would be told where that is. Let me check really quick. I gotta go look at Quandrix really quick. They have sort of a building set up just outside the Arithmodrome.
Oh.
Yeah, which if you remember, the Arithmodrome was like this. It was basically the place that was like a water structure that had like an internal expanse of theoretical, like, theory space.
Yes, I do remember this.
Yes, I believe you met. I think you met somebody there, but I don't exactly remember. But I know Spile showed you that place.
Yes, I think we met one of the, oh my god, fragments?
The fractals?
Yes, excuse me.
Yeah. You met, was it Essex or did you meet Octavia?
Essex.
Yeah, oh yeah, because Octavia lives in the aquatic center. I forget. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, you would know where that is. Yeah, so you kind of go and you walk across the lawn. You can actually skate here, which is nice because the paths are really uniform.
Yes, I was thinking Motiva absolutely skates here.
Yeah, so you skate around and you're kind of like weaving in between these nerds, kind of wandering around. Hello?
Yeah, sorry, that was just really funny, weaving between the nerds.
Yeah, because only nerds are on Quandrix. And you sort of skate your way over to the Arithmodrome. And you didn't realize when you were being shown around, but you realized that around back of the Arithmodrome, the main water structure, is sort of like outcroppings of buildings that you assume have to be for like care of it or for people to use for classes and stuff. And you see that there are sort of people milling around, and this is something very interesting because you see like faculty members about, but not as often as you see students. So seeing other members of faculty or other teachers or other people that are obviously tenured and know what they're doing in like their activities is very interesting and I think very stand out. And you see Espile is sort of talking to. Sorry, let me look. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't set teachers here, but he's talking to some faculty members. Um,
Hmm.
and something very interesting. You remember from the couple times you've talked to Aspile that Aspile is sort of really calm, really quiet to himself. He has that sort of extremely bony skin pulled taut over his features. Um, but at least here, you can't hear what they're talking about because it's sort of in these hushed tones. Um, he looks a bit more relaxed than you've seen him before. But it looks like they're like actively doing something or talking about something. So it's a I need to know exactly how you're trying to approach a Spile because it's not just approaching him while he's at like work or a shop. You know what I mean?
Honestly, Motiva would probably be listening to what they're saying and just waiting for them to have a pause in the conversation.
Awesome. So that would be very difficult because they're like, when I say like he's not talking above a whisper, like they're like talking really quietly.
Oh,
Yeah,
secrets.
you don't know. You'd have to
Fancy
get
little
really close to
science.
try to listen into it, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh my god, what am I going to do? Oh my god, the puzzle of Strixhaven.
I know.
And I appreciate your mini session puzzle, babe.
Ha 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 ha. Yes.
Social etiquette. Um, I think. Oh, what's the thing that neurotypical people do? Uh, I think Motiva would try to like not hide her presence. She's going to let her skates be a little bit louder than normal.
I get what you're getting
Like
at.
she's,
Yeah.
she's gonna like announce herself in a signaling way, and then like wait for a minute, and then look to a smile and wave.
Okay. I think that's very spicy. So, as soon as you start trying to make your presence known, it's immediate. How many people in this group notice that you're here? Um, you see it first happen with people who aren't technically talking to a Spile. Like, there's people kind of milling about doing generic magic-y math things. Uh,
Oh my god, that's right, because I look like a fucking little goth emo MCR kid in this fucking
but like people notice you really quickly, and so people are kind of like looking over at you and kind of like looking at you kind of weird. Um, but like the last person to turn and sort of notice after like his conversation partner notices and like kind of turns and like kind of points you out, which makes you feel how out of place you might be here specifically. But he goes to like look over at you, and something very interesting happens. It's not that he looks displeased that you've come over to find him, but the sort of like casual, chill, sort of like stoic way that he has been like talking to this companion that he's talking to, you almost can visually see the wall come up
Oh.
as he sort of gets ready to come over and talk to you, especially since you like make eye contact and wave at him, and so he kind of like says something to the person he was talking to, and then kind of nods in a goodbye as he kind of like comes to like, I want to say like glide over to you, not like Essek glide where he's like actually floating, but like he walks really gracefully over to you, I think. And he looks to you and he says, "Hello. Um, did you need to find something on campus? Are you
Well,
lost?"
I need to. Oh no, I needed to find you.
"Oh, well, you found me."
Yeah. I don't want to waste your time because you're really engaged with all of this. I wanted to ask if it was possible for me to find a way to volunteer to help and just do things.
For me specifically?
I don't see why not.
this pause is in character. I think he's like trying to really suss out what you. I think he's trying to suss some things out. So give me just a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. While he's doing that, Motiva's just looking around at everything.
Yeah. I didn't actually prepare what Espile's research team would be doing, but generally they're kind of like doing generic magic-y math things. They're talking to each other. They're studying charts and papers and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I didn't need anything specific. It's okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, delicious. But yeah, that's something that you see while you're like looking around. This is definitely a not abandoned section of the map for Quandrix, but like there's not a lot of people here. So I think that like that's what clicks in about like how it's kind of weird that you're over here like trying to get his attention, because like I doubt that a lot of students actually come looking for him or are in this area of the map generally.
Like
I
this is their spot.
Yeah, and it's just like I honestly think he looks wary, and I think his first question after like a long pause would just be a really blunt why.
Oh, I like that. Honestly, I feel like Motiva would smile hearing that. I think she likes the blunt question. It feels like talking to Museum again. How refreshing.
Yeah, a lot of people here are really nice and really like dancing the social etiquette dance. I can definitely imagine that Motiva would be like, "This bitch doesn't fuck around. I like it."
Motiva would say, back home, I had 2 jobs and I was busy most of the time, so I'm really uncomfortable with having too much time on my hands. I can go over my credentials if you'd like.
I would like to hear them.
Sick. Okay. Motiva's gonna like go into interview mode.
Yeah.
And I,
That's funny.
citation. I'm not gonna be able to RP out exactly what she says, but she'd be like, "I was a manager. I would handle money. I would handle people. I would handle product. I can handle things that are very fragile and time important. I can do deliveries with my skates." She would also mention that she's good with money. So if they need somebody to fill out for the student store, she can help with that.
I think Aspile would listen to it and listen to you go through your whole thing, and then say at the end of you saying that there are job listings in the Biblioplex and student resources.
Ooh. This is a dance.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Motiva would nod and say, I understand that, but I'd like to get to know things from person to person rather than a paper. I also specifically just wanted to talk to you. I hope you like how blunt that is.
I like it, and I think that he has interesting opinions on it. I hope you like how I'm playing him. I realized when I was reading over his character notes that I wasn't playing him technically on the nose the other 2 times you talked to him, so I'm trying to correct it, but I think it's spicy.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead and fix it up.
I think the idea of him acting differently when he is teaching than when he is just legitimately interacting with students being different, I think is also realistic.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Okay, cool. Okay, hold on. So
I'm okay with him not being etiquette nice.
I know you like him mean. I know you like him rude. I think another question that he would ask, almost matching your whole like interview mode. I think that he would kind of like look you over. He still looks like he's sussing you out, and I like the idea that he probably asks, the next question he asks is, are you a Quandrix hopeful?
No, but my home runs exactly like Quandrix, so it's very familiar to me. Science and math are the only things that are considered legitimate where I'm from. So this is technically more familiar to me.
So you say you are interested in helping me specifically through familiarity and an overlap of skills, but I find it odd that what I am doing and what my work is doesn't seem to have a bearing on this intent of yours.
Repeat that again.
Yeah, so basically, he is saying, like, so you're telling me that you want to help me specifically because, like, familiarity with, like, the vibes of Quandrix, and because of your own skill, but he's basically saying that, like, he thinks it's weird that you want to help him and his research team when you don't even know what his work or his research is, and how that doesn't seem to have any, bearing on this intent, and he's sussing out, like, why that is.
I think curiosity is a good enough reason to do anything, isn't it? I can't begin to understand what you're doing if I haven't seen it yet.
I think something very interesting happens. I think you see a muscle in his face sort of twitch a little bit after you say that. And I think he kind of looks you over and then looks back to his group that now kind of looks. They look semi-interested in what's happening, but they're trying to pretend that they're not paying attention to what's happening. You know, like how friends do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Motiva just is obviously like smile looking at people if they look too long.
So I think something very interesting happens. I think that he would say yes to this. And I think the way that he would do this is I think that he would probably say something kind of non-committal, like fine. And so here's where we would have to get into like talking about it, because this actually is something I would have to do outside of the game. Because I think that he would like immediately like gesture you over and introduce you to the research team. And he would talk a little bit about what he's doing, which means I have to make it.
That's totally fine. We can work on that later.
Yeah, but I think that that's very interesting. I think that it would have to be, again, a situation of, like, you would just have to show up when you have free time and you want to help out, and, like, you would just be given a task.
Okay.
Which is just how this is going to
something?
happen each time. What's up?
Can I do something?
What are you going to do?
Can I insight that muscle twitch towards what kind of emotion that seemed to be?
Yeah, I like how specific that is. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because insight isn't mind reading, but Oog! Can I add my D4?
Do you have a D4 for insight?
Yes!
Yeah, you can use it. What'd you get?
5! I got an astounding 6.
You have no fucking idea. whatever it was smoothed down fast enough to where you couldn't tell, and he didn't give anything else away.
He sure did twitch his fucking muscles like a cat.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking it was like a bunny thing, like when the nose switches.
I was thinking about like whatever. I imagine it is whenever you like put your finger down a cat's like back and it like.
Yeah, that too.
I can totally imagine the bunny nose twitch thing. Motiva would be very enthusiastic in participating and getting to know everybody.
Yeah, I think that being introduced would be interesting because I feel like people are like interested but confused and also wary because it's a bunch of nerds who are working on a very specific thing, and all of a sudden this rando just got brought over.
This rando that dresses like,
Yeah, and you're also probably doing that like scissor leg thing on your skates because you're like stimming but you're not moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your reception is kind of weird. But like I think it's very interesting. And again, I'll build these NPCs out of my pool of characters when I have the time. But I definitely think that like that's something very cool that happens, and like I said, he kind of just introduces that like you're here to like, I don't think he would outright say it, but there's an insinuation that he's saying that like you're gonna be doing like lackey shit, basically like shit that like is like that you would hand off to like people who aren't actually doing any of the experiments. Or like it's like there's like an insinuation like that, like this must be for like extra credit or something, you know what I mean? Like there's an insinuation that it's like it's weird, but like we're gonna humor her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Motiva expects this from literally everybody.
It's fair, you know what I mean? You're a rando, you just got here 2 weeks ago.
She's a fucking rando.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that that's really interesting. And something very interesting you would notice about a spile specifically is that sometimes in the middle of like conversations with, again, the research team, like you see that sort of like wall come down and he relaxes a bit more. And you can see it firsthand about how like he always talks really quietly. So that's another thing that I think is different from him in class and him in real life. One of his character notes is that he barely speaks above like whisper tone. Like he speaks very distinctly. He doesn't say anything more than he needs to. He has a lot of intent to how he does things. But you can kind of see how whenever he like remembers you're there or is talking to you, it's a bit more cold, a bit more wary, a bit discerning. But when he's talking to people who you assume have been here for a while, there's almost like a dry humor coming out, or like a more casual demeanor to how he's holding himself. And I think that's very interesting to see up close.
I think that's delightful. This is kind of hot.
Yeah, I think a spile is kind of spicy. Also, how tall are you again? Are you 5'10"?
It's in the thingy. Motiva is 5'11".
5'11". He's shorter than you. He's 5'10".
Yeah. To be honest, Motiva's probably not 5'11" in these skates.
Oh hell no, you're not. You're taller. You're way taller. Yeah. So he's definitely shorter than you right now.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of spicy. Yeah, if you have particular questions you have for a spile or things you want to do, then you can also throw that in here. Sorry that I can't give you the option to interact with the research team yet, but
no, you know. It's totally okay. I understand, babe.
Yeah.
I think Motiva. Ooh. Nar. Motiva will not ask that, but Motiva will I don't know if Motiva will talk to his spell just yet. He's got his hackles on high, but I think that Motiva will be obviously trying to be as accepting of others as she could possibly be.
Mhm.
Like, very obviously, like, down to talk with everybody and being very casual,
Mhm.
trying to help them understand, like, please, no, I'm not a prep. Please,
I'm not
please.
I'm not an idiot. Like, I might not be as smart as you, but like I'm not over here being a bimbo. Like, I'm trying to understand what's going on, please.
Yeah, like, Motiva's trying to be like, I have a +2 to intelligence, and that ain't no failin', but goddamn, you will not treat me like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's fair. And I definitely think that that's a lot what this setup is. It's kind of creating the trust. You know what I mean? It's kind of introducing you guys to each other. And I think that that's definitely interesting on its own.
Yeah.
So you spend the time doing that, and I definitely think that like you kind of spend a good bit of time with them because again, since it's not directly doing anything, you're kind of it's like when you're trying to get a cat to like you and you just have to sit next to them for a while, you know?
Yeah.
Um and so you kind of do that for like a probably a longer bit than the other two. Um but eventually they sort of separate uh for either dinner or rest or doing something else, and then you are free to do other things.
I want to find Mommy Cinder.
Mommy Cinder. Yeah, where's... I don't have Sylvie Quill on here. Hold on, I have to pause and put Silver Quill on here. Okay, we have Sylvie Quill.
Sylvie Quill.
Okay, you're gonna go find Mommy Cinder. So Mommy Cinder is very easy to find because she is running Silver Linings, which again is this sort of little chic little boutique um, with items that Silver Quills would need, some clothes, some resale items, but generally like, and also things that like that are imported in. It's a very like nice looking establishment. And then of course there's Mommy Cinder wearing her really comfortable like dress, barefoot. She's got her bird out, and she greets you much as any friendly sort of shopkeep would. And welcomes you in and would want to ask what she can help you find.
What can I help you find is somebody wanting to volunteer for free.
For free?
For free. I am at your disposal, ma'am.
You see her kind of give you a gracious smile, and she says, "You willing to put that in writing?"
She's trying so hard not to roll her eyes. She says, yes, and I'm willing to tell you all of my credentials.
I would love to hear all of those credentials, darling. We can go to the side a little bit. I'm sure Jericho can mind the shop. Ah, ah.
Caw.
Thanks.
Motiva would go over everything.
Mm-hmm. I think that Cinder would kind of like mock up like a little slip. I don't think it's a full contract, right? I definitely think that Cinder could have, but it's literally just like like all work done for Silver Linings for one Motiva Shun is volunteer, and I will not ask for payment afterwards.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, Motiva would sign that.
Yeah, I just think it's simple. I just think it's like a protection thing. I just think that Cinder would be like, now, not that I don't trust you, but I know very few people who want to do something with that ulterior motive.
But all I need in payment is your lovely company as my leading lady.
Oh, that's why you're volunteering, is it? And she gives you like this crooked grin.
What the fuck was that?
What?
It sounded like somebody just blasted like a MIDI piano.
Oh, that's cringe.
Anyway, Motiva would say, well, technically, no, that was not my intention. However, I think we would be lovely coworkers.
Understandable, understandable. Don't worry, just making sure. There are definitely easier ways to get a gal's attention. Uh, but and you see that she kind of thinks for a second, and she gives you a smile and a shrug, and she says, "I don't know. I think it'll be nice to have some fresh meat on staff. Maybe it'll help having some non-silver quills to hang out with."
I can't promise I will be any less intimidating, but yes. Oh, I could even be a music player while people shop.
Oh, that sounds delightful. I'm sure that our discerning guests would enjoy the ambiance. That's what you want to do. I really would not mind. We can put you in some
Oh,
clothes we have for sale.
oh. Oh, that would be smart. Oh, you're quite the businesswoman. Sure.
I'm glad you like the idea, Mia's Panini. I was literally sitting here like a moving mannequin to advertise would be literally. It's like the fancier version of like those people that sit outside of Jimmy John's and throw around the sign.
Yeah, except this person is just like playing some sick Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yeah, literally. No, I legitimately think that Cinder would be really into it. So if you're into it, like, they can set something up. Oh my god, no. I know what Cinder's gonna do next. I legitimately actually do think that Cinder is gonna flip the closed sign on for a little bit, and it's like, oh, taking a break, be back in 20 minutes, hee hee, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think she wants to like take you in the back and like have you try on some clothes. I think she
Oh
wants to
my
dress
god.
you up like right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you get to pick me a uniform for being Cinder's fucking
Yeah.
mannequin. Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna pause right now and I'm gonna pick out this outfit. Yeah, I think that's okay. We're on pause now. I think that Cinder would definitely like have you try on like a couple different things, some dresses, some like skirt pants, skirt short combos, that sort of thing. Like trying to see what really like looks good on you. And I think that as Cinder puts on this dress with like the sort of plunging neckline, I think that, and obviously you can like stop Cinder at any point, but I think something that Cinder would do is try to like pull you up to a mirror after putting that on, and is gonna kind of like gently take down your hair so that your hair is like down with it, and is just like, this is it.
Motiva would like do a little move to look at herself and say, "This is it."
Yeah, this is it.
Motiva just looks and she says, "I look phenomenal."
You do. I'm glad you can see it.
Thank you.
I keep imagining this image of like you guys are both in front of a mirror and she has like her hands on your shoulders and is like turning you this way and like that, and like you guys are both looking at you in the mirror, and I think this is really cute and also homoerotic. But anyway, I think that Cinder is gonna kind of lean down and give you a wink and say, "And I'll be a very gracious coworker, and you can have this one."
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like it was made for you.
Well, thank you. I'll make sure to wear this, and I don't know if my other costumes would be appropriate, but I found them.
Nice, I'm glad.
I could send you them because
Nice.
Motiva probably has pictures of her in them.
Send me. Oh yes, I did know these outfits. I knew the costumes. God, that latex one is still so good. in the dead of the silence of the night at fucking 3 a.m., all you hear is the squeaking of Motiva oiling up her latex to put it on for a night out. Thanks. I really like this though. Yeah, I think actually working for Cinder would be a lot easier than the other ones, because I think that like Cinder really likes this idea of you just kind of like coming and hanging out and adding to ambiance and like promoting the clothes and stuff. Um so obviously I think the more you work with her, she might like offer to let you do other things to help out. Like she's definitely like pro you helping out and volunteering. Very cost effective. We love a volunteer.
We love a volunteer.
We love a volunteer, but I think like she's really into this idea, at least for right now. And yeah, you can show up whenever you have the time to kill, and you can do that. I will say also that this is the section that if you want to ask Cinder any questions or talk to Cinder at all, maybe hang out with Jericho, you can do that.
I think I actually do have a funny little question.
Mm-hmm.
I think Motiva would ask how her and Neri met.
Yeah, I will get my notes. I'm glad you picked up on that. They do hang out outside of class a lot.
Yeah, it's something I picked up really fast.
I'm glad. Nobody's made a comment about it yet.
Yeah, I've been wanting to comment on it, but everybody's around me all the time, and I'm just like, hey. Hi.
Oh no, where did I put it? Okay, hold on. I have to look something up. Okay, cool. My vibes were correct. So Cinder would actually say, oh, we're from the same town. I knew her. Whenever we were both growing up.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. You see Cinder kind of give a big smile, and a sort of a sheepish laugh. Saying that we were like best friends or whatever is like a stretch, sure, but we were a pretty tight knit community, so it was cool to see someone that I knew so well.
Are you guys from a small town then?
Yeah, we're from one of the villages outside of Silk Meadow.
I've been hearing a lot about that place.
It's a tourist capital, that's for sure. Um, I'm more a fan of the sort of smaller communities that sort of ring outside of the city proper, but the area is nice. It's a nice place to live. Um, I remember whenever Neri's family settled in town.
Oh. Oh, so Neri moved in.
Yes.
Oh,
whenever Neri was young.
wait. Motiva like thinks for a second and says, "Wait, how old does that make you then? Were you a teenager when this happened?"
I am checking. Give me just 1 second. I'm also going to cross-reference this with how old Neri is. Give me just a second. I forgot goblin aging. Hold on. Oh, fuck, hold on. I have to check.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just forget all the time that I can't just say words. Okay. Cinder would say, well, I'm, on my third 26th birthday now. And she gives you a little wink. And, if I'm eyeballing it right, I think Neri's close to 15 now. So, I was, if I'm doing my math right as Panini, then yeah, she would have been a teenager while Neri was like a preteen.
Motiva thinks for a second and says, "So, is that an adult for goblins?"
Oh, goblins are adults at 8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's she pats you on the shoulder as you sort of like are like, huh, and she's like, no, yeah, it's, you get used to it the more you know.
Well, I know nothing, so I want you to imagine how that felt for me.
Yeah, I think I was probably around 14 whenever Neri's family moved in. Wait, no, wait. Okay, no, never mind. Cinder wouldn't be a teenager. That is just turning an adult. Apologies. I forgot orcs also have weird ages.
God.
Kill me. Okay, so if she was 14 when Neri was 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Cinder had just become an adult, and Neri was like that age range right before being a tween.
The struggle years.
The struggle years. Yes. So yeah, Cinder would be like, yeah, I knew her family when they moved in.
Crazy.
Yeah, small world, huh?
Very small world. Love to see it.
You room with Neri?
Oh, no. Nary rooms with the room that everybody knows because Nary's in the very socialite dorm, and we're right across from them, so we see each other a lot.
Ah, I see. I get it. You see, she's kind of smiling, and she says, "That's good. I'm glad that they're sort of settling in."
Yeah, if you had any worries about Nary settling in at all, honestly, they're with the best dorm that could have happened with.
That's good to hear.
Oh my god, I want to do something off script after this.
You better tell me about it in DMs right now.
I want Motiva to visit River while she's dressed like this.
First of all, you should. That would be spicy. I don't know if I can RP it off the cuff, but a wooga.
I would like that to be something that happens canonically soon.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, 100%. We can put it in here. It's just a wooga.
Oh, ooga.
I like the idea. We'll talk about it in a minute. Go ahead.
Motiva would nod and say, yeah, no, River, Chad, and Fletcher are definitely really, really friendly. Also, Fletcher is from near Silk Meadows, so I'm sure that they'll have lots to talk about with that, especially because Motiva wiggles her hand. I don't know how much Chad would be able to add to a plant conversation, but he's definitely really nice.
I think they did mention that they knew some people from Silk Meadows. So that's nice. There's a... You guys aren't from around here, so I'll explain that. A lot of people live in the areas around Silk Meadow, because that's where most of our agriculture is at. So it's kind of like a radial situation.
Oh, a rural area.
Yeah, well, Silk Meadow isn't rural, but the region is more rural.
Mm-hmm.
With the city of Silk Meadow in the center. Which is why I say
That's
I'm
what,
from Silk Meadow. From around Silk Meadow.
for Panini, that's what rural means. It is the area around a city.
Really?
Yes. There's a vibe to the word, but like Mesa has rural areas.
Oh my gosh, it is. I always thought it was just countryside, not countryside outside of a town. That's neat.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Apologies.
Yeah. I know that specifically because Mesa is a rural part of Phoenix. Phoenix is a part of Mesa.
That's fair, but like I didn't know that until I looked at the Wikipedia thing, because usually when people say rural, and even in the dictionary, I'm just gonna say, even in the dictionary, it just says relating to country people or life or agriculture. So I just didn't know.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. It's why I was like explaining, because like it's a common misunderstanding because that's how people use it. It's kind of like how the word fetish and orgy is used.
I really don't like. Sorry, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. I don't like how words just get reused with different meanings over time. That's really fucking annoying. Anyways, I'm right and you're also right.
Sarah's so sweet. Sarah found all of the outfits without me asking.
Sarah, you're an angel. You know that?
I know Sarah's a fucking angel. Okay,
Do you have any more Cinder questions?
No.
Okay, delicious. So, you, leave. On the topic of the river thing, I love the idea of you going to River to, like, talk about your day, and River is just trying really hard not to stare at your tits.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Motiva would absolutely see River doing that. And would say that she has outfits that show more skin and offer to share.
Roll persuasion. Roll for your flirt with River.
Roll for flirt with country lad. Country shifter.
I think River's hot.
I think River's spicy. 16. Lots of 16s this game.
A lot of 16s. I think that River. This is a very peculiar offer, and River would be interested, but it's very hard to think of exactly how River would respond to that sort of thing. So I like the idea that River would like be like, yeah, I can I think that like River would try to like really awkwardly try to like, because like River's gonna try to play it off like, oh yeah, like I'm helping you like check your outfits or like rate your outfits and stuff, like I get it.
Motiva would look and say, do you want to invite a friend?
Do you want to invite a friend?
2 is better, 3 is better than 2, don't you think sometimes? She is harassing River, full blown.
I think River's pouting. I think River's pouting and blushing. I mean, yeah, like the more the merrier, you know. They don't look convinced.
Are you jealous?
I don't know what I'd be jealous about.
Motiva just fucking collapsing on the floor.
What's wrong with Motiva?
River, you're really moe.
I don't know what that means.
Cutie little McCuteson.
You're making fun of me. That's what you're doing. You're making fun of me right now.
A little bit, but also you are cute.
I'm literally just thinking about River initiating wrestle mode.
Yeah! Wait! I'm in a fancy outfit!
River sitting on you on the ground. I love the idea that this is River's idea of payback for teasing.
Motiva's gonna look up at River and he's gonna say, I bet I can find a phrase to make you get off of me and get too embarrassed to look at me.
I don't know if I want to bite the bait you're putting out.
You don't want to hear me say what I could say? I've been told I have a good tongue. And Motiva's gonna stick out her fucking devil's maw.
I love Motiva's freakishly long tongue.
Yeah, Motiva's just... bleh.
I like this image a lot because I'm not imagining River's like straddling your waist and you're looking up at River. I feel like you're like chest
River's
down.
sitting on me like a bench.
What?
I imagined River is sitting on me like a bench.
Oh yeah. Sitting directly on ass, you know what I mean? Like should I say that?
I have a decent amount of hearts with River.
Oh my god, you kind of do.
River knows me. River's my homie. River's best pal.
I'm just imagining River fucking grabbing your tongue.
I have no words.
Yeah, literally, you can't say shit.
Like full on like grip or like pinch.
Like holding between thumb and forefinger.
Oh my god, Motiva just looks at River. And she's gonna like purposely salivate. She's just staring at River. Like this is a challenge anymore. She's not flirting. She's challenging River.
You can do that if you want. I've touched grosser things.
Motiva's gonna go here quick.
Hold on, I have to. So tell me what you just said, and I'm gonna roll to see if River can even fucking understand that.
Get off me real quick.
Okay, I think River's gonna make eye contact with you. And is going to very slowly, direct eye contact, stand, and also let go of your mouth.
Motiva's going to go to her room real quick. She's going to get changed into a normal casual outfit again. Probably the outfit that she had before. And then she's going to Jotaro style approach River, and she's going to casually wrestle River for a bit.
Okay, delicious. Let's roll like a catch-all athletics to see who is winning.
1 second.
We also can do a best 2 out of 3 if you want.
Once per day. Damn it. Yeah, I'll do 2 out of 3.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Just athletics still.
Okay. Yeah, you also can do acrobatics if you want.
There's no difference if I do them.
Okay.
Ooh, I did not do very good. River's about to fucking slam dunk my ass. I'll send the numbers.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. This was a 5, not a 4.
Ooh.
I got a nat 1 to give you an idea.
Bad. That's pretty pose. I wanted to get a reference of this pose. I'm imagining River using to pin you to win the wrestle, but I can't find it. Anyways, I kind of just wanted, you guys to wrestle, and I wanted, River to win, and I wanted River to, like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I imagine you guys are either wrestling on their bed or, like, on the floor, but it doesn't technically matter, because I wanted, like, you to, like, get, like, thrown on your back, and I wanted, like, River to, like, pin you to the ground as like a win, but it's like kind of hot. You get the vibe I'm putting down.
I get the vibe you're putting down.
It's kind of compromising, you know?
Especially with Motiva's lovely little tattoos showing. She's definitely wearing a crop top.
Mm-hmm. Definitely like one of River's legs in between yours, and then the other one pinned on the outside of your leg, so you can't do any of, like, kicking maneuvers, you know?
Yeah. Motiva will look at River and give wiggle brows. And she'll say, "You should have signed up for the wrestling club."
It's not a wrestling club.
There's a weightlifter society. I'm sure they have wrestling.
River is gonna kind of shrug, and I feel like let up a little bit on like the top half of the pin to like hover over you and kind of chat. Now that you said that, and said, I have enough on my hands. I'm busy enough with my other clubs. Besides, they're fun.
You doing okay now that you've had a bit of time away from home?
You see, River takes a second to respond, like they're really thinking about it, and says, I miss home, but I don't know. I guess I don't really think about getting down about it. I mean, I knew I already was gonna move away from home anyway. You know?
Yeah, I understand, but I just like to check.
Be cool if there were some more shifters around. It's a bit, different, but I expected that.
Well, I know it's not the same, but I hung out with a werewolf the other day.
Really?
Yeah, he's a bitch though. You wouldn't like him.
A real one?
Yeah, he was like a dog and everything. Shifted? I wouldn't know if that's the proper term, but
I
they're
think
everywhere.
River would look like legitimately really surprised and like goes to like sit up. Now fully sitting on you again. And just saying, I had no idea lycanthropes aren't really around anymore back home.
Well, as far as I can tell, they're a very accepted thing here.
Wow. Wow.
Do you want to know his name?
Yeah.
I can't promise that you'll like him, but I like him better than Quintilius. His name is Grayson Waldemir.
Grayson Wildemere.
He runs the rumor column on the Strixhaven Star.
You see River like think a little bit, like they're thinking really hard, and then give a nod and says, I'll find him.
Be careful. Like I said, he's prickly.
Oh, should I say that?
Oh?
Well, if his animal's a dog, he can't be that mean. And like River says that with like a confident like grin.
I feel like that's a microaggression.
What? No. What? No. The type of animal you have ancestry with like affects stuff. It's like a whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to tell me about it?
Well, I mean, yeah, I can a little bit. Like not every shifter knows like exactly like what lycanthrope they're like descended from, cause we're like our own thing now. But like there's different like types, like wild hunt. There's beast hide. You know, long tooth.
What's
That sort of thing.
yours? What type are you?
I have to look it up because I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bean.
That's okay. I forgot, but I'll find it for you.
Kissy kissy.
River's Wild Hunt.
Hey!
I will look that up really quick to tell you exactly what that means. Wild Hunt shifters can be from any creature that tracks prey. So they are known to be sharp and insightful. They have keen senses. They have a really strong focus and intuition and are excellent hunters and are known to tend to become spiritual leaders in their communities. River says that like they're reciting like a lesson they listened to when they were younger.
Motiva would look up and then say, well, I can tell that you're a good hunter because I'm squirrely and you managed to get me.
Wasn't that hard.
I'm not liking this 2 out of 3 business going on with people beating me.
Oh, come on. You can try harder than that. You'll get me next time.
Next time's now, motherfucker. Actually, slash that. I want Motiva to say something emo.
Yeah, what's up?
I want Motiva to look at River, and I want Motiva to say, if you're mean to you
What?
while being here.
You cut out. What did you say?
What does being a shifter mean to you while you're here in a different plane?
You see them go to like cock their head to the side, and they look kind of confused by your question, and they're like, what do you mean?
Like, do you feel like you're kind of like a representative of all shifters while you're here? There's no other shifters.
You see them think about it, and they seem to think really like seriously about it, and they were like, I suppose I should have thought of that more. When I was gonna go to Sharn, that was like gonna be like my big thing. It's like an outreach. It's so that people can see shifters and know that we're okay. The whole time I've been here, I kind of just thought that it would, get me used to meeting all different types of people, like how living in Sharn would be like and stuff. I guess it's hard to represent a culture that people don't know about, though. I don't know.
Tried sharing one of my favorite pies with somebody and they didn't know what it was. Felt heartbroken.
Yeah. It gets kind of rough when you're trying to share something that to you means a lot, but they don't get it, you know?
Yeah. Whenever I tried talking to Giselle about religion where I'm from, it was, I don't want to say she wasn't paying attention, but it was hard for me to talk about it and for her to not necessarily not care, but not have an interest.
You see River go to nod a bit. Say, yeah. I guess that's the thing about it, though, is that you can't really represent something that people don't understand. And, it's not really your job. Like, we're here to, like, learn and stuff. I don't think you need to take on all that extra stuff in trying to make people understand when they might not. Because identity doesn't really represent a thing as much as it just shows where you came from. So when I'm here, being a shifter just means that, like, the way that I grew up, and the things that I grew up caring about, and the things that I grew up with, and how, I don't know, it gives you, like, a perspective and stuff.
You know, I remember one time whenever you first came here, you said you were stupid.
I mean, I'm not that smart, honestly.
I think you're full of shit. I don't think anybody's not smart.
I think that's fair, too. I think people are just better at different stuff. think it's like how you. How would River say this? River's trying to basically say that, like, growing up, what you learned isn't invalid just because somebody else couldn't use that information, because you did use it. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna make Motiva say, like, I could put a guitar in front of Fletcher and I don't think you'd get it, but if I was sat in front of farm work, I'd be fucking useless.
No, you wouldn't. I think me and Fletcher would keep you fed if you needed to.
I mean, that's assuming you guys are there.
Yes, that is true.
If my ma just sat me in front of her corn, that corn's dying.
Can't take care of corn? That's like the easiest crop to grow.
I'm also technically supposed to be easy to grow. But Motiva like motions to how fucking skinny she is, and she's I'm messing it up. Not watering my crop. Oh my god. Should I be embarrassing?
Are you gonna be embarrassing?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, I'm thinking about this. Babe, I need you to help me weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah, okay, what's up?
If you get excited about this, I will make it canon. However,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna make Motiva ask, do you think Chad like would go on a date with me?
That's really cute and embarrassing. Oh, fuck, I already know an answer. Okay, now you have to do it.
Okay, Motiva said that canonically. Do you think Chad would go on a date with me?
I think River would say point blank without hesitation. Why wouldn't he?
And sometimes people don't want to do that.
I mean, but you'd be asking him.
You're a homo.
I have to think about if that's a slur in Eberron.
Motiva like looks mushy, like she's covering her face. She looks fond to saying it. It's said with endearment.
Yeah, I think that's so funny. That's so cute. I like the idea that, like, River sees you fucking, like, going to be mushy and, like, hiding your face, and River is just like, that's mean, I'm just telling the truth, and, like, leaning forward, trying to see your face more.
Motiva just looks and she's, yeah, but he looks all jockey and stuff, and Motiva like puts her hands down and there's like mascara and eyeliner all over her hands, over her face was.
First of all, I love that. I love Motiva. I legitimately think, okay, I don't know exactly what River would say through this whole section, but I want you and Motiva to understand the intent because it would be very easy to read. I think River would be genuinely confused at the idea of why anyone would turn down a date with you.
Oh, River, my little meow meow. Ah, ah, ah,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, it's a little gay.
River
River is like effectively sitting in your lap right now.
Motiva would be looking the other way and just be like, I don't know. It's like at the bar, like it's just hard to like, I don't know, River. Do you just ask people on a date? I think you went on a date with Dove, right?
River would just kind of look kind of sheepish and embarrassed and be like, "Oh yeah, they asked me on one. I went on one recently." I mean,
How to feel?
huh?
Uh, It's embarrassing, right?
And I don't know, it's cool. It's fine. And you see, like, River is, like, just as embarrassed and trying to play it cool. And River just kind of, like, gives, like, a shrug and says, I mean, I don't know. I ask if I think people want to. Yeah, if I want to hang out with somebody real bad. I think
I just want to... Oh, go ahead.
I think River, like, meets your eyes, and there's a moment of, like, gay-to-gay communication, you know?
I want to mention, Motiva's gonna, like, lift River off of her, and she's gonna go to, like, the dorm door, and she's gonna, like, block her with a chair.
To make sure nobody comes in? Yeah, fair. River is a pile on the floor.
Motiva's gonna, like, crawl over and just be like, okay, but, like, I wanted to, like, talk with him about, like, how he's doing and stuff, because he, like, seemed really emo about being here for a bit. But, like, low-key emo about it.
Then why don't you do it?
I don't know, River. Here, River, spill your guts to me.
What?
It's hard to do. She's like shaking them.
You shaking River, and River is like, I don't know what you mean spilling your guts. You want to ask him about stuff, so ask him. You want to hang out with him, so hang out with him. And then I feel like as you're shaking them, you might, like, stop a bit, and now your faces are really close, and I think River's gonna kind of, like, give, like, a cheesy grin and say, if you want to kiss him, just kiss him.
Why you? She's gonna fucking gnaw on him.
River will let you gnaw on them.
I ain't smooth like Dev, though. I have to trick him. I'd have to trick myself. Fuck!
What does being smooth have to do with it? Just be honest.
Being honest with me means me not talking to somebody and just vibing for an hour.
I think that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Also, that's a lie, because you said you wanted to ask him a specific question, so you would be talking.
That's fair. Motiva holds River's hand and says, I need you to give me all of the luck in the world right now.
Well, you're out of luck, because I know I'm not a rabbit.
Not if I take your toe.
But even if you took my toe, it's not a rabbit, it wouldn't matter. You see, as, like, River is, like, putting their feet under their skirt.
Motiva reaches for their hand and says, oh, I'll just take all rabbit feet the same. Here, hold on. And she, like, busts out her knife.
River bites your fingers.
Oh god, they're rabid. And she just fucking flops on the floor.
I love the idea that this turns into a River being like, I'm gonna get you, and, like, goes to, like, pretend to bite at, like, her shoulders, you know? Like, when people go, like,
River's other roommates on the other side of this door. Hello? Let me in, please.
Oh my god, the door is locked.
Oh my god. Can I make Motiva do that? Can I make Motiva ask Chad out on a date?
Do you want to do it right now?
Should I? Can I?
You can set up, you can invite people on outings and events and dates ahead of time whenever you want. Like, literally put it on the planner and ask him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I need to look at the planner.
Well, you have to ask him first.
I do. Okay. Motiva's gonna grab River and she's gonna be like, where do you think he is?
I don't know.
I fucking can't. And she's gonna fucking choke them. You're his roommate. What do you mean?
We don't hang out outside of our room that often. There's so many things to do here.
Like helping me. Flomp.
Womp.
Mm.
If you as Motiva want to just go look for him, I can say you can go look for him.
I'm hunting Chad for sport.
You are hunting Chad for sport. I feel like you can find Chad. What are you going to invite Chad to do?
Me, Ash, in a power stance. Oh, well, Motiva, I know, would just be like, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. What's he doing? What's the vibe?
I don't know. I'm getting to my limit of tired, so I was just going to make it a quick thing.
Okay. Motiva's gonna go up to Chad and be like, hey, on the next free day, do you want to hang out?
Oh, like next week?
Yeah.
You see he thinks about it for a little bit. And he thinks for a little bit. And then he smiles. Yeah, I don't have anything going on that day.
Sick. Do you want to do anything in particular?
You see he thinks for a very long second, and then he shrugs, and he kind of like has this like lazy smile, and he's like, I don't know. I'm not picky. We can just chill.
Would you be down to hang out with me while I pick a costume for my Halloween party?
Oh, a costume?
Yeah.
Like a dress up?
Yeah, I have to go do a concert. And I need to pick my costume.
I think that he thinks that would sound fun. Honestly, yeah, I think he would be down to help you out.
Hell yeah.
You have a date. Put it on the planner.
Oh my god.
Right now.
That was so scary.
I know, you were so scared. I really thought that you were going to try to make moves on River whenever you were like, I want River to see my huge bahonkers.
How do I add something?
You just click the day. So, like, if we go to Fantasy Calendar, if we go to the planner. Strixhaven Player Planner. Yeah, so if you just hover over the day you want, you just click Create Event.
I can't do that.
I'm gonna check.
It says set as preview date and copy link today.
No. On the actual day.
Yeah.
So whenever it's like preview date, you don't mess with those. You go specifically on this side. Like, hold on, I'm gonna screen share. I'm gonna turn off the recording.